Hello there, here's a few snippets of information you may find interesting. Apologies if I'm teaching grandma to suck eggs, but it's surprising how a chance remark or something you read suddenly changes your thought pattern on things. Here we have a magnet. I use a lot of these. If you've watched my videos, they come out of the microwave oven, magnetron, usually a couple. And some chance remark, someone said they're insulators. Now I don't know why this came as a surprise, because, well, I suppose it's magnets and magnets picking up iron, and you associate iron capable of passing current, a conductor in other words, but these aren't. And that came as a surprise to me. I've set my AVO up here at 45 degrees. Yes, I know you shouldn't use them at that angle, they should be flat, but this is for your purpose, so that you can see what I'm doing. And here on my probes, I've set it up to high value, and you can see the resistance of my body move the needle. But the same setting on the nothing at all. Doesn't read at all. So it's shed a different light on these things, and well, it's food for thought, really. Okay, well, hold that thought. I've recently been playing around with Pizzo devices. I'm sure you know the Pizzo principle. If a crystal, it's not a ceramic disc, if a crystal is flexed, it gives out voltage, and if you put voltage into it, it flexes. It's reciprocal, in other words. And it is this principle that your gas lighter and your cigarette lighter ignition works, and you'll find these in kiddies' toys, computers, what have you. Anyway, they also are used for a lot of fun, experimenting with musical instruments. They can be used as a guitar pickup, and they work on vibration. The vibration flexes the crystal. So if we wanted to attach this to a soundboard, we could glue it, tape it on. If we want to attach it to glass, something like this, we could again use hot glue or something. If we want to stick it to, well, I won't use the word stick, if you want to attach it to metal, assuming the bench was metal, we can use our good old friend the magnet. And no, the magnet is not shorting out the connections, because it's an insulator. So it just goes to show how you start to think differently on things. It only applies to these man-made type magnets. Okay, coming back to these, I'm having a bit of fun with these. Sometimes they're in a case like that. Usually for sounders or little warning devices. They're very cheap. If you're going to buy any, buy them ready wired up. It's quite an art soldering on the wires, because slightly too much heat and you've destroyed the ceramic. So buy them ready wired up, and you can put a bob of glue on them, hot melt glue, save you pulling the wires off or fracturing. They're very fragile. Anyway, you can have quite a bit of fun with these. So they're effectively a contact microphone, if you like, or yes, a contact microphone. They're unaffected by electromagnetic forces, so you've no need to worry about screening. You won't get a 50 or 60 cycle hum pickup on the leads, because they don't work on that principle. They work purely on the flexing or mechanical movement of the crystal. So you can just use a pair of wires, and of course that goes to an amplifier, and you can have a bit of fun with these. Well, I was at this point, I was going to show you some of the instruments I'd made with these, using these little piezo pickups, and various experiments I'd done with ultrasonic cleaning tanks and various other things. I have numerous ideas I want to play with. But I'm going to leave that for another time, and I'll tell you for why. Currently I think I've put about 70 videos on YouTube so far, and I've enjoyed doing them, and but I think I can do a lot better, a far more professional setup. I don't know what I'm going to say from 1 minute to the next. There's no script, no storyboard. I just put the video camera on the tripod, and right now, like I'm doing, I just waffle away. So I don't know what's coming either. Anyway, I've decided to sort of see if I could up the ante a little bit and come up with some, as I say, more professional type of video. So I'm looking to sort of make some equipment to help me with this, sort of little home studio if you like. I've currently got a very cheap little Panasonic camera. I'm very pleased with it. It's a little low entry thing, but it's got no facilities for an external mic or anything like this, and I'm running with all sorts of lighting here. I've got fluorescent lighting, tungsten lighting. Poor old thing doesn't know what to do with white balance and so forth. So I've decided to organise some lighting, and let me have a little beef straight away. I had a quick look on YouTube. I mean, there are some very clever people and some really beautiful pearls of wisdom, but they're few and far between, and you've got to trawl through so much trash. I don't want to come across as an old curmudgeon. I encourage youngsters, but the vast majority of YouTube uploads are done by youngsters, and some of them are pretty poor. I clicked on one the other day, which 10 good tips for video making or something. See what this guy's gonna tell me. And it came out blaring music, thumping, distorted row. Well, I use the word music advisedly. Well, music is very subjective. I mean, I like 20s and 30s and 40s music, but this guy, it's unbelievable. And I thought, I can learn nothing from this chap. I did leave a comment telling him that perhaps the error of his ways, but it wasn't taken as constructive criticism. I occasionally get a few people thumbs down. I do wish they'd actually leave a comment and say, look, I don't like the way you're doing this, that and the other. I can use that. I don't mind constructive criticism. Anyway, I'm waffling. So, better quality videos. While I'm just on that subject, you won't see adverts on my videos. More and more uploads contain adverts nowadays. I don't know why. You don't earn that much from them. They're damn annoying, and after watching babies cry and adverts for Chrome or God knows what, I invariably switch off. I'd like to sort of, I'd like to raise the bar a little bit, and that's the goal. Okay, I'll move on because I'm waffling. What can I show you? Right, there was a British Legion club shut down 20 years ago. And I chucked nothing away, and I pulled out these thyristor driven. They were light controllers. They controlled the overall lighting of the building, and there was 2 or 3 of these. So I pulled those out of the skip, and these will handle 15 amps. I thought, wow, that's pretty good. So I've temporarily connected one up here to a 500 watt floodlight. I won't be using these, it's just to demonstrate here. Now, which one is it? That one, I think. And they'll control the lighting, as you can see. I will change the rotary for a slider, and the idea is to make up a sort of a lighting console. Another thing I picked up at a boot sale many years ago is these things. They're shot like they rattle. I've got to sort that out, but they twist every which way, and that twists every which way. and it goes into a tracking, and it's for shop lighting displays. Now these are quite nice. Let's switch that one on. I've got one here temporarily hooked up. And they're 12 volt halogen bulbs driven by a transformer, I suppose. And but they've got adjustment. And if I bring this adjustment outside, I've got some more means of lighting. So these could go on a lighting bar, presumably. Anyway, there are a few thoughts I've been having of late. Okay, well, I've mentioned lighting. Just a quick word about sound. Before I do, incidentally, I mentioned these as thyristor or thermistor driven. I meant to say SCR, silicon controlled rectifiers. I think the first thing I ought to build is a teleprompter. I've actually got plans for that, but more on that another time. So it would be nice to have a camera with external mic, especially for outside. I've got numerous microphones. There's loads of cheapo ones on the market. I've got loads over the years, but a lot of them are high impedance devices as opposed to these. These are about 600 ohms or so, designed for transistor circuitry. But I was brought up with thermonic devices, valves, or tubes as you call them in the States. And a book a very favourite one, very dog-eared as you can see, Electronic Music Instruments by Alan Douglas, the 5th edition, came out in the 50s. Very, very old. It's all about electronic organs and various circuits, and most of it is, as I say, valve designs. There's some very interesting, thought-provoking. This is an excellent book if you can ever find it in a library. If you're like me, have a look at that. I'm going to go down the old school route. It's something I understand a bit of. I'm not up with modern technology, computers. I'm really not. I've tried to educate myself on this, again on YouTube and so forth, but all the whiz kids, again the youngsters, they whiz through the demonstrations they're given, they mumble. The pointer is flashing all over the screen. I can make no head nor tail of what they're saying, so I just give up. At my time of life, there's not much I can do about that, so I might need help on that front. Let me also say too that there's some well-meaning people that have sent me websites that will boost my channel and increase my subscriber number, blah blah blah. I'm not into numbers. I'm not the slightest bit interested. I don't do advertising, so I'm not here to promote myself or some ego trip or anything like that. Far from it. As you probably know, I try to avoid putting my ugly mug on the screen. That's not what my channel is about, and I don't seem to sort of realise this. I'll leave that sort of type of material for people that sort of have come out of the shallow end of the gene pool. Sorry if that sounds snobbish, but I know what I mean. I'd rather have a few select than millions and millions of just numbers. It means absolutely nothing to me. Anyway, I'm going off at a ramble again, aren't I? I think I'd better bring this video to a close. I've got so much I want to say and do and say, but I think I'll leave that till I've thought about more what I'm doing and can present it in a far more professional manner. So till the next time, guys, thanks for watching. See you soon.